Our show focuses on homeownership, community, lifestyles, and success stories from across the country. We like to entertain and inform our audience by sharing cool stories from your city and across the nation. And of course, hear from a local pro from your market. Welcome to the last episode of the year. Today, we're going to check out some of the highlights of 2019 from coast to coast. I'm your host, Jem Morris, and welcome to the American Dream.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about the show? It's totally unscripted.
Our first story is brought to you by a professional in your city. Let's hear what they have to share this week.
Hi guys, this is Brad Verma, and I'm here today with a very special guest. He is an entrepreneur that is looking to solve major challenges in the world through innovation. He's founded several companies, including Moon Express, Viome, InfoSpace, and also Blue Dot and Intellis. And he's won several awards, including the Albert Einstein Medal. He's won awards for being the top 50 philanthropist in the world in 2018. And he's also won the Lifetime Achievement Award. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome none other than Mr. Naveen Jain himself.
Brad, what a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Well, looking forward to it.
How do you see the real estate industry changing and the way people live?
You know, the real estate is an asset. And the only reason it has value is because somehow people have been made to believe that it is scarce. The minute you believe that things are not scarce, they lose value. And people say, no, that can never happen because human beings are so greedy, it doesn't matter how much we have, we will always want more. Until you remind them, what is really thing we don't value today is air and oxygen. We can have people, 50,000 people sitting in a stadium. We never slap the guy next to us and say, hey, you're breathing my air. We believe it is so much in abundance. Right. Everyone can breathe. We can all be in this room. We are all breathing and no one feels, oh my God, it's mine, it's yours.
Right.
Because it's in abundance. Now imagine if real estate was the next air. It is so abundant that everyone can have as much as they want.
What are some of the principles or tactics that they can use to become successful at what they're doing? If you could enlighten us.
You have to believe that as an entrepreneur, the only way to succeed is to dream that crazy idea. Dream so big that people think you're crazy. And I think as your daughter pointed out, the fear of failure is what gets people to stop from doing it. And you have to believe the entrepreneurs never fail. Right. So you have to rethink the education system about learning to learn, learning to solve problems, and most problems tend to be multidisciplinary rather than unidisciplinary. So that means you have to have a broader exposure to a lot of things rather than just become an expert in one thing.
One last thing.
Yeah.
Is there ever going to be any land available for sale on Moon?
Well, the answer is, of course, we are all going to be living on the moon, and it's not just the land available on the moon. First of all, it is going to be wild, wild west. The person who gets there first gets to control what they have, right?
Sure.
And as people start to go there and start to develop the lands, and people are going to create value for the next people who come in. So there are going to be technology that are going to make the travel to the moon no different than us going from San Francisco to Sydney.
Wow, I would love to help you sell the moon.
Take care, man.
Well, thank you so much for coming again.
Thank you.
Hey American Dream, this is Brad Verma. I'm here today in downtown Palo Alto. It's one of my favorite cities, and I'm going to share with you some interesting facts about the cities and also show you some cool places. So let's go check it out. So you want to know some cool facts about Palo Alto? It is one of the top 5 cities in the US, most expensive cities in the US. Also, Palo Alto has some of the best restaurants right here in downtown. The average price per square foot in Palo Alto is about $1,400 per square foot. And the average home price is about $2.5 million. Palo Alto was founded by Leland Stanford. And it is, the city is surrounded with several other cities. Right next to it is Los Altos, then you have Mountain View, Menlo Park. Hannah House is one of my favorite places to hang out. It's a coffee shop, but it's also a co-working space. It's a great space to co-work. It was originally actually a theater, and then it turned into a bookstore, and now it's a coffee shop plus co-working space. So what a cool place. So if you have any questions regarding Palo Alto or anything, reach out to me. Would love to help you. Cheers. I'm recruiting. Bye now.
What's up guys, Jason Habeeb here with Habeeb Real Estate, and today we're in historic Folsom, California. We're on the American River Bridge. We're going to be touring Sutter Street and talking to Jerry Burnell from Burnell Development Corporation. Now Jerry is a key player in the history of Sutter Street and all the renovation going on the street. So we'll be doing a quick Q&A session with him on what exactly Folsom is, what exactly Sutter Street is, the history of Sutter Street. You might be thinking of that, I'm thinking of that, 165 years ago, and Jerry's going to talk about the new buildings that he's in charge of, new restaurants going on, recreation, as you can see here, bike trails, people walking, people having fun. That's what Folsom's about. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get going. We're here on Sutter Street, and I want you guys to pay attention to what's going on around us. You have residential, commercial, industrial, all seamlessly mixed in on the same street. So you have the famous Sutter Street Steakhouse, you have a park right up the road. We just came from the American River Bridge, so all within a quarter-mile distance, you have it right here in Folsom. Some of the highlights on Sutter Street include Snook's Candy, the Folsom Hotel, and Pioneer Village. So it's right over there. Let's go check it out.
Of time that the Ashland station was in use, it was one of the oldest railroad stations in active use west of the Mississippi. It has a great history.
Absolutely.
And if you go in and look at the floor, you'll see that the heads of the nails are square.
Okay.
That indicates that those are hand-forged nails, because manufactured nails did not come out until either 1905 or 1908. Everything before that was hand.
You learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah. So that was part of the lure of that old building. Kind of simulating what your grandmother's old-fashioned washing machine would do. When you're washing the silk out, you see how fast that whirls out. When it swirls away, then basically, because iron pyrite ore in itself, real gold, is heavier, it sinks to the bottom of the.
Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Okay. So that's fool's gold.
Yes, that's fool's gold. Yeah.
Without further ado, Mr. Jerry Burnell.
Well, hey, thank you very much, Jason. It's a pleasure to have you in historic Folsom. You know, for California, this is kind of where it all started. In 1849, they discovered gold right up on the American River here, and as a result, there was a rush to California. And in 1855, they laid this little town out, 98 blocks, and built the first railroad west of the Mississippi that ended up right here. In fact, this turntable is one of the historic monuments that turned those engines around and sent them back to Sacramento.
Is there something that's going on here that's special and unique compared to other areas in the real estate industry?
Yeah, what's really unique is a lot of people talk about transit-oriented development, but what's interesting, we have California's first transit-oriented development because it started, back in 1855 with little 7,000 square foot alley-loaded lots all built around rail. And so we have a little bit of urban in a suburban environment. So this is completely a walkable community. And so what we find on the residential basis in our historic homes, those have some of the highest values per square foot in our city, even though some of them are, 100 years old. And so people can walk down here, have a cup of coffee, have dinner, get on a light rail to go to their jobs in downtown, and kayak, ride a bike 23 miles down the American River without crossing the street. And so part of that is we wanted to bring residential back to the area on a loft style, you know, right above the retail.
With the character of homes that we have just up the road there, to have retail, commercial, all within walkable distance, not to mention the recreation that he was sharing right within a bike ride.
That's exactly right, and that's the real attraction to this area. And so it's a privilege to be here. You know, in the suburbs, typically have a higher level of police and fire services, parks and rec services, higher rated schools, and so it's unusual to have an urban environment in an area that has all the benefits of the suburbs.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, Jerry.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're in front of the Folsom Historic Museum here on Sutter Street in Folsom, California. Hope you enjoyed our day touring beautiful Folsom and on Sutter Street. If you had any questions about the real estate market, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Jason Habeeb with Habeeb Real Estate, 916-223-3495. Until next time.
Hi, this is Tori Atwell with American Dream TV, Silicon Valley. And today we are going to be meeting with Mitch Felix of Real Producers. And we're going to be doing it in this building, which is a remote workspace that many independent contractors and business people use for their business. Felix, the owner of Real Producers, Silicon Valley, and he's going to tell us about his company and what it does. But first, he's going to give us a tour of this remote working space he uses.
You know, the reason that I chose to work remotely in my business is because working from home a lot of different great venues, but they were very loud, and it was difficult for what I do, which is interviewing real estate agents. So I was able to find that workspaces like this were perfect for me. This particular brand is all over the world. They're owned by Regis. There's over 1,000 locations, so if I travel, I can use those locations. Specifically here, I'm in the Menlo Park location. I also use San Jose, Santa Clara, San Mateo, South City, 3 in San Francisco. So I'm able to meet agents where they need me to meet them. The spirit of this is that it's flexible for me, and so when I'm in a small one-on-one meeting, I'm able to find a space for that. When I have a private phone call, I'm able to find a space for that. They have little phone booths. Bigger conferences, it's great because we can have an entire event here, serve everybody lunch. It actually is really nice for just what I like, which is working at my computer.
Do you get your own office, or is it just kind of cherry pick? You come in and whatever's available?
It's fascinating because for me, I actually don't need to store anything. Like everything that I have is in my car or in my backpack. I actually like this bigger space strategically because the offices tend to feel like a box. But here, and it's a little early in the day today, there's usually a really great buzz and energy. So I think that's really important. Like, I'm in the middle of the Silicon Valley building this business across from executives doing the same exact thing, across the street from Facebook and some of these fantastic companies. So it makes me feel a particular way, which allows me to build my business a particular way. A lot of times I hold my meetings here in these benches.
Oh, yes.
They have a conference table back there, which is nice for a group of 6. And then sometimes, depending on the weather, I'll go outside.
Oh, yeah, look at that. So, Mitch, your company is Real Producers. Tell us a little bit, what is Real Producers and why do you do it?
The bigger goal for me is to build a community of like-minded real estate agents and business owners that are professionals in the industry that really connect with each other and make sure that each other doesn't fail. Up, down, doesn't matter what the market is, we have the best vendors and the best agents that work together. And I think that community really insulates people.
So to kind of develop so we can give better service to our clients because we're better network.
Yeah, that's really the way that you described it is perfect because the vendors that you use are an extension of you. and they work directly with your clients. And so when I can provide an opportunity for you to pick a vendor that's been vetted by me and is already working with other top real estate agents, you know that when you pick them, they're going to be in the home of your client and they're going to represent you properly.
So why did you pick Silicon Valley agents to work with? Why not San Francisco or Modesto or?
I'm really grateful to have a property in Silicon Valley, so that actually started the process. I became a property owner before I became a business owner in this business.
You're lucky.
Yeah. I got engaged, I got married, we're having a family here. So a part of this for me was just supporting the community that I live in. There's a great opportunity here with the best businesses already. I think it attracts really talented homeowners and really talented executives, really talented realtors, and so we're in this kind of the best place in the world, in my opinion.
Well, thank you for joining us. Again, this is Tori Atwell with Compass Realty, and I'll talk to you next month.
This week, we're sharing a recap of some of our favorite moments of 2019. But first, we hear from one more professional from your neighborhood. Let's check it out.
And we're back. Hello again. This is Julie Davis with JDSH Team, and we are here in our hometown, Willow Glen, in the heart of San Jose in Silicon Valley. I couldn't have done today's episode without my teammates, and I'd like to introduce you to Katie Tuttle, a team agent, and Christabel Granada, our team manager. You guys are in for a real treat today. This is 2020 Cheese Bar, and we are going to introduce you to our favorite guilty pleasure, cheesy truffle popcorn. And we'll also be taking you to Katie's new listing right down the street, minutes from everything in Silicon Valley, and we'll be giving them some of our favorite cheesy truffle popcorn. So come inside and let's get started. Tell us about this fabulous spot that I frequent.
Yeah, so 2020 Cheese Bar. It's named 2020, so we have 20 beers and 20 wines on draft, plus full bar and a bunch of other wines by the bottle. Wine Spectator Award, and then the cheese bar part is the fun part. We have chef boards, but then you can also make your cheese, custom build your own boards, and probably about 20 to 30 cheeses available at any given time.
Your popcorn is a very big guilty pleasure of mine, my entire team, and a lot of people that I know who come in here. So why the popcorn?
That was just dumb luck, I guess. We just wanted to have some good bar food, and then that was one of our go-to choices. And then adding the garlic truffle oil is
And the cheese.
In the cheese.
Yeah, and so I hear Matt's back there in the kitchen making some popcorn, and you guys are going to invite us in and
show you how it's done.
Show us how it's done.
Yeah. Pretty much plain old popcorn machine. We don't really do anything special until afterwards.
So minimal salt.
Yeah, well, there's actually no salt on this at all. So this is just plain old popcorn, but we have this awesome white truffle oil. This is where the truffle flavor comes from. And we got to be a little liberal with this. It doesn't have the strongest flavor, but it's a really, really nice one too. Truffle's real nice and meaty.
Yeah.
So we're gonna throw a little bit of Gruyere on here.
Gruyere.
And then we have some lemon thyme.
Oh, lemon? Okay, so I thought it was just lemon thyme.
It's one of my favorite herbs, but one of my least favorite to pick. It takes a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, salt's right over here. And just hit this. I know this looks like a lot of salt. This is kosher salt, so you do need a lot for you to taste anything.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna kind of bounce it up. Make sure everything gets spread around. We'll lose a few guys on the journey, but that's all right.
That's okay, I'll pick them up afterwards.
Put that down.
Awesome.
And then just gonna hit this all right in here.
Wow.
The trick is to mainly get some of this to stick to the top, so you get a nice little cheese coating on top.
Well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah?
Let me do it.
Taste it?
Yeah.
How good?
Good enough for everyone else.
Oh my God. I got to go. Well, that was fun. We hope you enjoyed it too. Ladies, we got the popcorn. The best. Let's go get a private tour of Katie's new listing down the street in Willow Glen. Follow us.
So we are standing really in the heart of Willow Glen. We are walking distance to the Google and Facebook shuttles, which when you're in Silicon Valley is key. Location is key, and that's what it's all about. So come on, walk with me and let's tour this beautiful home. So we are 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. We have this stunning cellar that has an amazing design eye. Everything is really a modern chic style. Custom wall colors, designer wallpaper on the walls, stained hardwood flooring, really everything you would need. This is the highlight of the house, first floor master bedroom. As you can see, we've got custom closets behind here with these glass custom barn doors that are just exquisite. And here we are in this exquisite backyard. Look at these pavers, really just with multiple entertaining spaces as well. We also have all the way down grass for little Colton to ride his bike on. It's absolutely perfect. But here's the best part. I see my ladies having a glass of wine and I think I want to join them. So come on. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
Cheers, Hillary. Thank you so much for inviting us to your home today.
It's absolutely beautiful. And Katie, thank you for giving us a tour.
Anytime, anytime.
I think that you've been doing this Realtor thing for a while.
And I love every minute of it. And these are the reasons why. With clients like Hillary, you can't go wrong.
And in a place like Silicon Valley, you can enjoy this space almost 10 out of 12 months of the year. So this truly is the American dream, and we are very privileged to be living it. So, cheers!
Cheers!
Hi, this is Tamika Ellsworth, top area strategist and home educator. So, barbershops. They've been around since the beginning of time. Barbershops in general are a staple of the community. And the great thing about them is a place that you can go and have opinions, maybe listen to some gossip, but it's a great area where you can go in a community, talk, and not be judged. So today, we're gonna visit one of the top 10 barbershops, best barbershops in the Bay Area that happens to be located here in Campbell, California. Be Pizzazz is literally one of the smallest businesses kind of in the area, but it's the biggest impact in this neighboring community. And, you know, the person that happens to own it, the cool thing about it is she is a master barber. Her name is Belinda Bush, and she is one of only 2 Black female barbershop owners in the entire North County Bay Area. How awesome is that? And she so happens to be my mom. But first, we're gonna go to Yummy's and pick up some Vietnamese sandwiches for the barbers. Come with me. California is known as this tech-savvy, being, you know, techie products that come from this area. And believe it or not, Campbell has a little tech in it too. It's the home of eBay, which is one of the more bigger tech companies. Also, Campbell is known for its great climate, great communities. Home prices over here range from 1.25 actually on up. And also, I mean, they have some marvelous schools, actually top-ranked schools. They also have museums and a really awesome skate park for teens around here. One other thing, you know, that's kind of special to my heart is that my husband and I, we had our first date at the all-famous Winchester Mystery House, which is actually located right around the corner from here. Awesome. Thank you. Let's go to the barbershop. Hey, you guys. Yeah. Hi, Mom. How you doing? So we're here with Miss B, who's also to my mommy.
Yes.
Mommy, say hi.
Hi, how you guys doing?
All right, so actually we have our other barbers here. We have John over there in the corner, Moose sweeping up, and Tim, he's around.
Yeah, that's right.
My mom started in the tech industry a while ago, actually 30 years ago. And I remember her doing this, and I remember her coming home and she was being laid off. And I remember her saying, you know what, never again. I'm never gonna be laid off again, and I'm gonna take my destiny in my own hands. And so what does that mean? She actually went to barber college. She had a background a little bit in sewing and in fashion. She took that art and she did it and she put it into a trade. And so I remember growing up, you know, I would always see her going, you know, out and in with books and stuff and wondering what she was doing. And all the while, she was rebuilding herself. And, you know, those people in the tech industry that don't think that they can rebuild themselves, yes, you can.
When I started out with Billy's Barbershop. As a matter of fact, this gentleman right here, Pastor Quincy Jones, right here. He had followed me from Billy's Barbershop and then down to Town and Country, and I named the shop Be Pizzazz Barbershop. I bought it on New Year's Eve of 1990, and I came over here to Be Pizzazz over here in Campbell in '99. and it will be like 30 years in business on New Year's Eve of this year.
Awesome.
To this day, I have children from ages from 12 to 16. They come here on Saturdays and they sweep in here and they do run errands. And you know, I started that because I was looking at the young men don't have no fathers. They need to be around some positive message around men around here in the barbershop. So I've been doing it for a very long time. And so like they go on and they venture off and get another job very easy. It's just one of those things.
And I would be remiss if I didn't say, if you were in Campbell, California, anywhere by the Bay Area, and you need a haircut, doesn't matter your ethnicity, race, size, color, creed, doesn't matter, they can cut you up. I think this is one of the best American dreams because you can actually reinvent yourself. You can make money in a business and a craft. And so just know that if you're determined, it's possible. And I think I've just proven it today. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you.
Be swooping up some hair right now.
Okay, thank you.
I hope you learned something interesting about your city and enjoyed the local content. Up next, we're going to revisit some of this year's best moments from the West Coast, which some say might be the best coast.
Hello, I'm Alan Canis, and I'm one of the top real estate agents in the United States. I serve a niche market called the San Francisco Peninsula. Located just 20 minutes south of San Francisco, 20 minutes north of Silicon Valley, and just 5 minutes from the San Francisco International Airport. All, of course, with no traffic. We find Burlingame, California. When working with my clients, attention to the smallest details is so important, even down to a pocket square. Speaking of a pocket square, it's time to meet my favorite family couture store, Sam Maloof. Come on in. Hey Sam, great to see you.
Nice to see you. Welcome.
I need a pocket square.
Oh, great. Stand right over here, and I will bring you the pocket square.
Great.
Trying to match your coat and tie today?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful one right here. Show this to you. This is from Keaton, all silk.
Ooh.
Beautiful browns and blues. Do that.
Oh, let's see.
Here.
Oh, that one's nice.
Is that pretty?
Yeah, that one's
Okay.
nice. Let's see.
Take a look in
Yeah,
there.
let's see. Okay.
That's pretty. And here's another beautiful one.
Let's
Let me
see.
show you this. And if you like this, similar colors.
I like that. Okay.
But I think I like that first one better.
I think I like that one.
Works better.
That one's better. Okay.
All right.
But
How's
perfect. Sold.
beautiful? Wonderful.
I like this. I know your first secret to your success is your beautiful wife, Gloria.
Thank you.
What do you consider your main secret to your success?
I think foremost is product, having the absolute best product there is. We shop all over Europe, bringing our clients, from all the wonderful countries that make handmade products. Number two is being able to execute flawlessly. It's so important. Our customers are very detail oriented, so to the 1/8 of an inch makes a big difference in how something looks. Our customer service, which is also exceptional. We bend over backwards to take care of our clients. And number four is having a great team. You need a lot of great support, and we have great staff.
Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate, and I know our community appreciates you being here. Thank you so
you.
much. Thank
Couldn't
you.
do it without you.